Would you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jack Moline. I'm a rabbi here in the Washington, D.C. area.
Brother.
And salam alaikum. First of all, I was glad to know that I grew up among your people as well, because half the members of my congregation say, "When was the weather this wet?" It was last November. So it's
November.
Good to know we have that in common. One of the things I notice about your humor and about a lot of Jewish comedy as well is that there seems to be a setup of a lot of self-deprecation before you can get to the criticism, however humorously, of the audience. Do you have a formula for figuring out how much fun you have to make of yourself before you can challenge your audience on their stereotypes?
That's a very interesting question. I don't have a formula, which I am now going to consider developing. But the truth is, self-deprecating humor is by nature, I think, something that is very inclusive, because if you're laughing at yourself and you're inviting others to laugh at you, it's very disarming and it's very inviting and it's very easy then to laugh along with that person. And once I've got you laughing with me at myself, I can then point to this thing and say, well, let's laugh at this thing together, and let's laugh at this thing together, and pretty soon before you know it, I'm holding up a mirror and you're laughing at yourself. And so it's kind of a sly, perhaps, mechanism, if you will, or a sly technique that a lot of comedians will use. But I don't think it's intentionally sly. I just think that it's the nature of self-deprecating humor. And all the comedians that I've met, as a rule, they're first and foremost able to laugh at themselves. I think as a rule, you have to be able to laugh at yourself to become a decent comic, because there's no way you're going to get up on stage, self-righteously and get people to laugh at themselves if you're unwilling to let down your own guard.
Okay, any other question? We have here. Yes, please. Could you stand up? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Salma al-Shinshway. Allah didn't make me funny. So what would you advise Muslim Americans living here how to alter people's views and perceptions of Muslims? Like whether that's career choice or daily interactions with people, what would be some advice?
Sure.
That's a very good question. Yeah, what about the other Muslims who wants to give their message?
Right.
Have they all become a comedian?
Yes. Well, the reality is, first of all, the way you framed your question, you said, should they be doing this or should they be doing this? I think that it's not either or. I think these are not mutually exclusive. Muslims, first and foremost, have to be decent human beings, and they have to be good neighbors. One of the things that I think we have lost the passion for in our tradition is the emphasis on the neighbor. The Prophet Muhammad loved his neighbors, whether they were Muslim, Jewish, Christian, or atheist, or agnostic, or they worshiped idols. He